Imagine you are an influencer, relaxing on your throne of sponsorship agreements and followers until unexpectedly you hear that dreadful name. Penguinz0. You know you've messed up if that name is mentioned with yours in the same sentence. There is no way to escape the chaos that follows when Charlie, often known as MoistCr1TiKaL, targets you. His standing as the most honest critic on the internet has made him a dreaded figure among creators. And today, we're breaking down why so many influencers fear being in his crosshairs. But what precisely makes Charlie so feared? Is it only his large following? Or is there something deeper that qualifies him as an internet juggernaut? The answer is not just in his brutal honesty, but also in how he presents it. His unique combination of dry humor, sarcasm, and seemingly effortless ability to make bad actors appear silly. And adding his unshakable credibility to the mix creates a formula for total annihilation.
If hating Nintendo was a sport, I'd be the Michael Jordan of it.
Many YouTube commentators and critics tread a thin line. They wish to call out bad conduct from bad actors, but do not want retribution from big corporations or influential people. But Charlie? He doesn't care at all. There is no space for modification in his unfiltered, razor-sharp presentation. He basically presents the facts, usually in the most sarcastic and brutally harsh manner, without exaggerating or sensationalizing drama for clicks. But what makes this even more terrible for his rivals is that Charlie not only critiques, but also entertains. His humor makes his attacks even more devastating. Roasting someone is not only an attack, it's comedic gold, and that's where the actual damage occurs.
I've said it before and it's absolutely true. Karens are just like children with temper tantrums and shit like that. Basically, a Karen is the result of a toddler being Freaky Friday'd into the body of a miserable middle school English teacher. This man's describing Twitch like he's Professor Xavier using Cerebro, and he's jacking into Cerebro, and all he's seeing is a bunch of naked women and vagina and fat asses in front of him, and he can't help but jerk himself off. She's like King Ramses from that Courage the Cowardly Dog episode. Return the slab! Return the berries, or suffer my curse. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to see her break out those moves again where she's flailing her arms around acting like she's swatting away invisible bees that are swarming her.
Though his humor is a great weapon, it wouldn't be nearly as powerful if he lacked the credibility to support it. Over more than 10 years, Charlie has developed a reputation as one of the most level-headed and unbiased commentators on YouTube. Unlike many critics who chase trends for views, he speaks out only when it really counts, therefore giving significance to his remarks. This is what prevents bad actors from discrediting him. When he has shown time and time again to be fair and reasonable, you cannot brush off his opinions as clickbait or drama farming. So when Charlie criticizes someone, the internet pays attention. This is where the real dread arises. But even a fair critic wouldn't be feared without an army of people who back him up. Charlie's audience isn't just large, they trust him. When he exposes someone, millions of viewers don't only observe, they magnify his critique. Memes are created, videos go viral, and all of a sudden the person on the receiving end of his takedown is not just being condemned, but also being publicly mocked. Once the internet makes you a joke, coming back is almost impossible. Creators don't want to find themselves in Charlie's crosshairs for this reason. One video from him might shape their whole online persona. All of this naturally seems theoretical until you consider the lengthy line of creators who have attempted to fight against Charlie and lost. His renowned history of takedowns and the effect they have had on the careers of his opponents show exactly how strong his opinions are.
You really body watching right now? You're body shaming, but you can't fight, pussy? How are you going body shame and you scared of a fight? You got nothing to talk about.
I'm sorry to be that guy. This is like the grammar police of guns, but he's a fucking imbecile. You absolute buffoon.
Sneako believed he could challenge Charlie by ridiculing his looks and masculinity. What he didn't realize was how quickly Charlie would turn the tables on him. Sneako is a failed, self-proclaimed alpha male and now a former YouTuber. Sneako created his name by promoting controversial ideas and criticizing others for their opinions. Charlie ripped apart Sneako's feeble remarks with his trademark deadpan wit and sarcasm, and in a legendary scene, nonchalantly showed off his gun collection, converting Sneako's assault into pure comedy. For Sneako, this was not only a loss, but total embarrassment. The internet mostly agreed with Charlie, and Sneako's credibility as a so-called alpha male fell apart. Not long later, he was permanently banned from YouTube, sealing his downfall. Charlie was instrumental in making sure EDP445 never really made a comeback. EDP445 was once a well-liked YouTuber recognized for his rants and humorous opinions. However, EDP445, which stands for Eat Dat Pussy 445, saw his career crumble after he was caught in an internet sting operation trying to meet with an underage girl. The disgraced former YouTuber tried to come back several times, but thanks to individuals like Charlie always reminding the internet of his deeds, every effort failed.
I'm sure by now many of you have at least heard of the EDP445 situation, and this week he was accused, and with a lot of evidence backing it, of being a pedophile. This guy has a fucked up past.
Back in 2015, Penguinz0 thought he could humiliate Charlie by mocking his physique. Instead, Charlie responded with pure comedic genius, effortlessly making him look desperate and overly aggressive. Penguinz0 was known for his harsh opinions and combative attitude toward promoting veganism and vegan bodybuilding. In 2015, he released a video ridiculing Penguinz0's body, labeling him weak and underwhelming. Rather than falling for the hook, Charlie replied with wit and sarcasm, deftly portraying Penguinz0 as extreme and hopeless. His reputation suffered as the internet mocked Penguinz0 for how much he valued online disputes. Though he still creates content, he never recovered the same degree of respect or impact, and despite several tries to intensify the conflict, he never bounced back from the mockery.
But last night a YouTuber made a video accusing me of being a hypocrite, which would have been totally fine if it was like the standard silly shit on Reddit, like, you know, Critical makes these jokes about anime and weebs, but through extensive research I've deduced that he himself watches anime. But unfortunately, this guy chose something I'm actually very passionate about. So the YouTuber in question is Penguinz0. It's been a while since I last tuned into his channel, but his content used to be some truly unhinged insanity shit that made it look like he had just escaped from Arkham Asylum.
James Charles was already under fire for several scandals. Allegations of unethical conduct against teenage followers and deceptive behavior inside the beauty industry caused James Charles, the beauty YouTuber, to suffer a great wave of criticism. Though he was already under fire, Penguinz0's video on the matter fueled more criticism.
The makeup community on YouTube is an extremely hostile place. It's an ass-eats-ass world where the strong fill the ass of their viewers with drama to squeeze as much watch time out of them as possible to get as much ad revenue as they can from it. And I don't think that's fair to you fine folks in the makeup community, the fans of these makeup gurus, you know, Tati exposing James Charles firing back exposing Tati, both gaining and losing 4 million subs, all of it just exploiting the viewers, and it's just not fair. You fine folks deserve a better makeup artist, and that's what I'll become for you. I can become your new home. Fuck James Charles and fuck Tati.
His viewpoint confirmed even more the harm to James Charles's reputation, and despite efforts to recover, James has found it difficult to win back the confidence of the larger internet. Unlike drama channels that stretch the controversy for views, Charlie was brief and offered a devastating but straightforward criticism that struck a wide audience. And all of this is just the tip of the iceberg. At the end of the day, Penguinz0 isn't just another YouTube commentator. He's one of the most feared voices on the platform. His brutal honesty, unmatched credibility, and loyal fanbase make him an unstoppable force. When he speaks, people listen, and when he criticizes, careers crumble. So if you're an influencer with skeletons in your closet, you might want to think twice before crossing paths with him. Because one video from Charlie isn't just criticism, it's a career death sentence. And that's why creators fear Penguinz0, the internet's most honest critic. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of YouTube drama. Let me know in the comments what other creators you'd like to see covered next. Until next time, stay critical.